Capricorn Ascendant, Capricorn Rising, welcome. We're going to walk through the rest of June, the beginning of change. June 21st is the eclipse. I've got 3 videos below. You need to go check them out if you already have not. The eclipse on June 21st in combination with the previous eclipse on June 5th. There's a whole lot of change happening. Now, this June 21st eclipse is in the sign of Cancer, which is the exact opposite of who you are. And this is important to understand for Capricorn Ascendant, Capricorn Risings. Where's your Cancer energy? Amidst all of that, we're going to discover 5 other things that you're going to need to know going forward. 5 other things that you're going to want to know so that you have the knowledge, you have the power, you have the understanding of how to navigate the waters of life. I want to make a quick mention here before I go any further. If you're new, make sure you do the 5-step process. If you don't know what the 5-step process is, it's the comment, like, share, subscribe, and as they say, smash the bell. I don't really care for that because I'm not into smashing shit, but tap the bell is what I call it. Now, because I have a whole bunch of new supporters within the YouTube community, I have to give a shout out to people who have supported me, who have supported this channel, and I hope that you guys will do the same. These are people who not just support the channel, but I watch their material. So this is the Murphy family. This man is on fire. If you are ever feeling down, you need some motivation, you need a little sunlight in your life, go here. This is the Murphy family. I'll put their name on the bottom of the screen or somewhere on the screen. Maybe I'll put it right there. That would be a good spot, right? Like right there. So check them out and leave them a comment and let them know that All Astrology sent you, okay? Because we are trying to show unity. We are trying to show each other that it's possible. It is possible to build bridges within the bigger community. Capricorn, the June 21st eclipse is at 0 degrees Cancer. Now, I'm not going to go into depth about that because I've already made a bunch of those videos, and there's a lot of understanding that you're going to glean from it. Anytime we talk about an energy, you want to really not only understand who you are, but because energy runs along a polarity, this is you, Capricorn, right? And then you've got Cancer at the other side of you. What that means is you have the ability to operate at a Capricorn level, but also within you is the ability to operate at your Cancer energy level, okay? So Cancer energy, Capricorn is your 3D tangible material world. It's like, I don't believe it unless I see it, right? This is tangible, I can see it. Capricorn is very realistic. Capricorn is a hard worker. Capricorn believes in doing, they know that there are steps, that there's a process, that there's not a shortcut. Now, I realize some of these things that I'm saying might sound like, you know, a high expression of Capricorn energy. And as with all humans, we operate sometimes on those high expression levels, but many times we operate in the mid-level, and then other times we operate in the vice level, right? The non-virtuous level. So I try to hone in on the virtues. That way we have something to shoot for, which that's a big Capricorn thing. I want to work towards that, and then I will just keep on working, right? It's that goat that keeps climbing. You can't stop that thing. It's walking up this incline. How, I don't know they do it, but I've seen videos, I've watched, and I was like, this person here has a lot of Capricorn energy and a lot of fire actually, but a lot of Capricorn. This is that whole motivational, keep going, don't stop. That is a goat, man. That's why they use that whole goat phrase thing. I had to research it at one time because I was like, do they know astrology? You never stop. You keep on going. You keep ascending. So what about the other side of who you are? Another side, another degree of your being that you may not be aware of. In all of the understanding of energies, knowing that there's this holistic thing in our being, okay? Holistic thing. Cancer side is family, is mom, is home, is emotions, is feelings. And this is in your 7th house of relationships, significant one-on-one relationships, like the person you're married to, people that your business partner is with, people that you relate to in a way where it's really one-on-one, but one-on-one in such a way where you're willing to compromise for that person. So a lot of times we can put our best friends in this house. because we just have this understanding. We're willing to go the distance for them. We compromise. We're willing to bend for these folks because we see that they're willing to do that for us. So understanding your 7th house and your Cancer energy, which is family. So in other words, for people who feel like family for you, you're going to go all out. If they're in your bucket of family, if they somehow fit into there, you're going to be sensitive towards them, very much so. And so you're going to attract those kind of folks in your life. But let's get to the eclipse, 0 degrees Cancer. Now, all you're going to really need to know is, or if you don't know, do you have planets at that mark? Do you have planets within the 3-degree orb? If you don't know and you want to know, comment your birth digits below. I can help you figure that out. It's for free. I don't charge anything. This is to show unity within this community. And I try to do that in multiple different ways. So yeah, birth digits. Understanding that when eclipses come, they create changes. Now, because it's on your descendant, your 7th house, if you have things squaring it, you could see change. Now, I will stop with all the astrology terminology. You could see change happening in your home. You could see change happening in your career, like your work, your ambitions. Because if there's something in these points, if there's stress and tension, then that means you have something in those areas of your life. And it means a change. So this could mean things are going to change at home. Does that mean you're moving? It could mean that you're moving. It could also mean that you're making changes at home. All right? Because typically your 4th house, let's get to the nitty-gritty of it. Your 4th house has Aries energy there. Well, here's the thing with Aries energy. It likes to experiment. It likes to move things around. It likes to be physical in the home. So you could be working out in the home. You could be constantly staying busy at home. Being busy with the body, that's Aryan energy. Aryan energy likes to be active, likes to experiment. So do you constantly move furniture around in the house? It's not so much about variety necessarily, but more about, well, let's see if I like this. Let's just try this. Let's experiment. And then very quickly losing interest in something at home, because that's Aries energy. It's ruled by Mars, so it's very impulsive. So it may see something that's about home, like, you'd be somebody who could be out shopping and they see these home things, right? Like, oh, you need this for the house. What about this furniture? And impulsively, because that's Mars, that's Aryan energy, you have this, ooh, it tugs at you in some way, right? This desire for it. And you're like, ooh, I need this for the house. Let's get it. And then all of a sudden, it's like it's at home. A few months go by, you don't use it anymore, right? Or you don't care for it anymore. So you might be that person who goes through things really quickly in the house. There's like a high rotation rate, right? There's a high in and out rate. And it would be because of Aryan energy. Now, this would only apply if you have a lot of stuff there. But if you have things there, you may be A-okay, and you may look forward to constantly being active in the home in such a way where you may be actively looking for homes. You may be actively looking for places to call home. You may be finding yourself not as patient, because Aries energy is very impatient in the home. So what that means is you may be somewhere, you may find in your life that it seems like no matter where you've lived or who you've lived with, shit just never worked out. This means you have planets there. That's what that means, because it's all about learning to have patience, learning to incorporate thought and thinking. Aries doesn't do that. It runs off of its desires. It runs off of its ego. It runs off of what it wants, and I want it now, and I have to have it my way. Like, that's Aries energy. It literally is called the child of the zodiac for that reason, because it's very young. And so I call it the fine wine of the zodiac, where it takes it's put in the bottle, but you got to let it sit for a while before it's good, before it's palatable type of thing, right? And then the longer you let it sit, ooh, baby, it pays off, okay? So this is that. And this is also fiery in the home, very fiery in the home. Recognize having Aries in the 4th house could make you combative in the home. If you have planets there, that's why. All right, let me move along. I'm already at 10 minutes. Holy crap. So that was number 1, okay? Understanding where the eclipse is, how it could affect you. So this could happen in your workplace too, right? Because up in your workplace, you're going to have your Libran energy. And your Libran energy is about things being fair and balanced. And if something's not fair at work, you're going to say something. It's going to there's going to be this thing that happens. Now, is this a definite? No, only if you have something that squares this 0 degrees thing, but it's a possibility. So this is the quick shortcut way to say, if something occurs, right, the eclipse is on the, I probably didn't even give the date, did I? I'm in the US and I'm on Central Standard Time, and it's like, all right, so it's 1:41 a.m. on the 21st of June, okay, and that's Central Standard Time. So you have to adjust for wherever you live, but the whole point is, if you have planets, it could be a few days before and a few days after. Now, the thing about this 0 degrees Cancer point, please go watch those other videos. I do not have time to talk about the importance of this point. The Cancer energy being in your 7th house, it represents new beginnings, all right? So new relationship beginnings, right? And normally it's when things begin, that means something at one time ended, all right? So it doesn't have to necessarily mean, oh, wow, on this eclipse day, something's going to end. It doesn't mean that, but you can be sure something new will begin. Now, the only way it will be super obvious is if you have a planet there, okay? But that 0 degrees Cancer point creates a button. It's a hot button. And so anytime any other planet transits or travels through, you know, your work or your home, it will trigger your 7th house stuff. And when and this trigger button is active for like 3 to 5 years, because this eclipse lasts for, it's like a 5 to 6 hour eclipse. And the duration of eclipse, this is at timeanddate.com. They tell you the duration of it, and from there we equate that in astrology to years. So every hour of the eclipse equals a year of the power of the eclipse. Number 3, let's get on to number 3. Well, yeah, you're going to get more than 5. Intentions, new moon time. This eclipse is a new moon north node solar eclipse. So it's all about setting intentions. I'm advising folks to wait until the 23rd of June to set an intention. We're still within the Cancer power. We are still, what we're really waiting on is Venus. We're waiting on Venus, who's retrograding and who will be going direct on the 24th. We're waiting for Venus to have discovered what it is she needs for her future. And when Venus does that, and you'll have these inklings of information, because Venus and Mercury are siblings and they communicate, they relate very well, you'll have a better understanding of what that's going to be for you in your life and how to move forward. You're going to have a better knowing of what you need for emotional security in your life. This is Cancer energy, emotional security, mom, feelings, nurturing. This is all Cancer energy. Your 7th house, by the way, and this is important. So what that means is your intention is going to be evolved around significant partnerships. This could be business partnerships. Now, the next thing is Mars. This is big, all right? This is number 4, number 5. Mars is an activator, okay? I don't want to say this, you know, but it's a trigger planet. Some say he's a shit starter, because Mars is very powerful and impulsive. And when Mars gets activated, he can go from 0 to 10 like that, like just no time at all. All of a sudden, he's gone and he's, you know, flying off the deep end. He's kind of exploding. And that's what Mars is. Mars is very explosive energy. Mars is fire. Mars is a fighter. Mars does represent soldiers. Mars is a soldier. There's a new word that came to me, and I want Mars to evolve to this. I want Mars, because Mars is going to have a birthday, and that's the last part of this reading, but Mars needs to incorporate more thinking, more planning, because Mars is so impulsive. It says, I'm going for this. So Mars is going to be in Aries. All right. Now, this is going to be, I mentioned this before, it's going to be in your 4th house. This is home. This is family. Okay. Now, this is your inner emotional world. It is also your physical home, your abode, where you live, sukasa. So what you want to do is understand your fiery nature in the house. Understand your impulsive nature in the home. Understand that emotionally you may be impulsive. So if you are emotionally impulsive, you may find that you get burned when starting new relationships, because your Mars, your Aries energy, squares your Cancer energy, which is your relationship energy. And so being impulsive, you've gotten burned and you realize, okay, I have to really chill on that. I have to really develop Mars to be this thinker, to be this watcher, to be an observer, to not be so quick to act, because that is what Mars is, so quick to act, so quick to react. That is Mars without a doubt. So we want Mars to grow and to evolve into this fine wine. So that takes me into this next and last point. Mars will be in this place, in your fourth house, in your home, for the next 6 months. At the end of June, Mars goes into the sign of Aries and will be in your placement of your fourth house, your home, and this also means your emotional home, your inner sacred space. Being there, which means Mars will light up your emotional waters. At times, you may feel them boiling, because that's what Mars does. Mars carries a flame, and Mars lights the fire to those emotional waters because it squares your Cancer waters. All right, it squares your emotional waters. Knowing this, if it were me, I would want to make certain that I know of best practices. If I need to listen to music, to detach, to find a way to go within and to remain calm and peaceful. I'm a big sage burner. I am a huge cedar burner. I am huge having like ceremonies with a fire. I have a plethora of things that I incorporate that help me to remain centered right here. Okay, so you have to do that for you. I can't tell you what that is for you. Nobody can. You have to experiment in the home, Aries in the home. You have to experiment in the home and figure that out, which is fine because you like starting something new, okay? But understand that it's how to retain, how to first get, and then how to retain your emotional security. Yeah, I got the windows open in the house. This is a point of learning, of showing, of demonstrating emotional mastery for all of us for the next 6 months. Because for everybody, Mars will be squaring our Cancer energy. Now, on a big scale, that Cancer, well, I can't get into it. Just go watch those other videos and make sure you stay in the game. If you don't know what the game is, go watch those other videos. But stay in the game so that you can, benefit. Like, I like giving, okay? I like to give things out. So just do yourself a favor and stay in the game.